last Monday, when we invited all the imams to gather in front of Dearborn City Hall and condemn al-irhab, terrorism, and especially the ISIS terrorism, I didn't think that it would have that much deep impact in the media and in society in general with a small gathering. Today, when I looked at the article in Free Press about the occasion, I saw almost 7,000 people. They liked the event and they share this information online with others. It was just one newspaper. There were so many other newspapers that they talk about the event, and not only nationally, but it was in many parts of the world. And it's amazing with this social network, one small incident anywhere can be everywhere. I received an email last night from Seoul, from South Korea, the capital of South Korea. They are asking me to have an interview with a very famous Good Morning radio in South Korea, and they were asking me if I can have an interview with them regarding this radicalization of religion, and especially how we as Muslim Americans deal with this new development next door now. We know that there are shabakat irhabiyya, there are terrorist networks, and they really recruit new people every day. And they succeed because there is poverty, there is ignorance, and there is fear, and there is a power of brainwashing of people who are not deep in religious education. That is why they are able to recruit the youth. No surprise that, like a convert from prison who was out of prison, all of a sudden you see the same person in Syria or in Iraq, in Mosul, because that guy was in prison already angry of everybody. And now he is out of prison with no job, maybe no education, no opportunity, nobody would hire him. And now he hears that, well, there is an opportunity. Job, future, hope, money, marriage, and so much opportunity is ready. And at the same time, it's in the name of faith, and this person already has faith. So you see that there is a danger next door, and we need to do so much education, so much awareness to deal with this deadly development everywhere, including in American society. I was really shocked and hurt when I read one of the sharat, one of the things that these terrorist groups are advocating now in Syria and Iraq, one of the things that is like a slogan, like banner, is علموا أولادكم جز الرقاب غدا ستكون الكثير من الرؤوس العنفة علموهم يساعدكم. نعوذ بالله. That now, instead of educate your children, they are saying, teach your children how to cut the heads, how to behead people. Instead of saying, علموا أولادكم الأخلاق، علموا أولادكم الأدب، علموا أولادكم الصدق، علموا أولادكم الصبر، علموا أولادكم التواضع، علموا أولادكم الحلم والحكمة، علموا أولادكم السلام، علموا أولادكم الإنفاق، علموا أولادكم الحب، علموا أولادكم الحياة. Instead of all these values that teach your children the morality, the manner, character, patience, faithfulness, dignity. Instead of all, they are saying, teach them how to cut heads of human beings. And this is so shocking that it is in the name of Islam. If somebody said that I'm an atheist, I don't have faith in God, I don't believe in any religion, you would say, well, this guy is just looking for money, for dunya, يعلمون ظاهرا من الحياة الدنيا, and that's it. But to justify all these crimes in the name of Quran, where in the Quran says, علموا أولادكم جز الرقاب, where is in the Quran and Hadith? What we have in the Quran, it says, فبشر عباد الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه أولئك الذين هداهم الله وأولئك هم أولو الألباب. You want to know who are the guided and who are wise and understanding in the society? The people of wisdom and understanding are the ones who listen to different statements and words and ideology, and they choose the best. So first of all, they listen, they know how to listen and learn, and then they choose the best option. This is what the Quran teaches us. Quran is a book of Burhan. قُلْ هَاتُوا بُرْهَانَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. All the time the Quran says, أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ, don't you reflect? أَفَلَا تَتَفَكَّرُونَ, don't you use your mind? Don't you think? Why? Why instead of thinking, you say, well, you know, our founding fathers, they said so. Well, sometimes what the founding fathers said there is correct, but sometimes it's not correct. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ تَعَالَوْا إِلَى مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ وَإِلَى الرَّسُولِ قَالُوا حَسْبُنَا مَا وَجَدْنَا عَلَيْهِ آبَاءَنَا أَوَلَوْ كَانَ آبَاؤُهُمْ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ شَيْئًا وَلَا يَهْتَدُونَ. Are you following your fathers not in an intellectual way but in a foolish way? If there are right tradition, save them. But if there are bad customs, bad traditions, break them. Even if they are from your fathers and from your previous generations. Even if they are from the leaders and authorities of the society. وَقَالُوا رَبَّنَا إِنَّا أَطَعْنَا سَادَتَنَا وَكُبَرَاءَنَا فَأَذَلُّونَا السَّبِيلَ. On the day of judgment, there are people then saying that, please God, forgive me because I just followed our bosses. We followed people of authority. We followed them. And they misled us. That's not our problem. Well, why you didn't think about it? Why you didn't search for Burhan? Where was your brain at that time to follow foolishly the customs, the ideas that they were evil? So this is the teaching of the Quran, not the qattu allimu awladakum kada. This is the teaching of the Quran. The Quran is addressing even the Holy Prophet is saying, إِنَّمَا فَذَكِّرْ إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مُذَكِّرْ لَسْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِمُسَيْطِرٍ. And he is the Prophet of God, infallible, perfect personality. He is saying that you are not supposed to be a dictator. You just talk to them, remind them, warn them. فَبِمَا رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لِنْتَ لَهُمْ وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَظًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَانفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ فَاعْفُ عَنْهُمْ وَاسْتَغْفِرْ لَهُمْ وَشَاوِرْهُمْ فِي الْأَمْرِ. Subhanallah. Allah is saying, O Prophet, this is a blessing, this is a gift from God, that you are merciful to these people. If you are so harsh and hard-hearted, they wouldn't follow you. You would lose everybody. But you are merciful, you are blessing. So forgive them and ask for forgiveness and engage them in conversation, consultation, communication. Engage the community. So this is what the Quran teaches even the Prophet. The Prophet is so anxious and he wants everybody to become Muslim. What Allah says, وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَآمَنَ مَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا أَفَأَنْتَ تُكْرِهُ النَّاسَ حَتَّى يَكُونُوا مُؤْمِنِينَ. O Rasulullah, if Allah desired for everybody to be faithful, he could do it himself. I mean, if it was okay to make people faithful through force, Allah is the most powerful, he could force everybody to accept the faith. But this is not Allah's desire, to force people. Other than that, he could have everybody. Just one call from heaven that either you become Muslim or you think that God doesn't have the power of ISIS. He could have everyone in 1 second moment. But that was not Allah's desire. وَقُلِ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. O Prophet, you just explain and tell the truth. And tell them that what is coming from God is truth. Now, if they want to accept the truth and become faithful, or they reject the truth. If this is Allah's desire, to leave it for people to listen, and then they choose what is right. And even the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is not supposed to force anybody to to become mu'min or Muslims, who are Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi to force people that you must become Muslim. And one kind of Islam, that kind of Islam, this is why, brothers and sisters, I'm so much, like everybody else, sad that this fitna in this ummah, the fitna at-takfir, is the biggest tragedy in history of our faith. It's not new, it's been there for a long time. But now in this 21st century, and with that magnitude, is unbelievable. What is the duty of people of faith? Well, our duty, if we can do anything to stop this fitna, because the Quran says, قَاتِلُوهُمْ حَتَّى لَا تَكُونَ فِتْنَةً. Even if you have to fight to finish the fitna, you have to action. But if we cannot act, the minimum is to speak up. To speak up, to stand up, and to condemn what is wrong. Because as we recite in the ziyarah, we say, لَعْنَ اللَّهُ أُمَّةً قَتَلَتْكَ. May God curse the killers of the innocent in Karbala, those who killed the family of the Prophet. And then we say, وَأُمَّةً سَمِعَتْ بِذَلِكَ فَرَضِيَتْ بِهِ. And also those people who watched that tragic scene in Karbala. They watched it, and they not only didn't do anything, but they did not even say anything. So when we see this tragedy, when we see the fitna to takfir and the massacre of innocent in our world, if we can do something to stop it, we must. And if we can't, we must say it at least. And especially to say that that is not Islam. And I'd like to thank many of you who made it on Monday in front of the City Hall. We had so many imams from all the big mosques in the area, from Canton, from Troy, from Bloomfield, from Detroit. Unfortunately, your Dearborn masjid were the last one. They promised us they would announce it in the Salat and they would make it. And unfortunately, it was not announced and it was not made. Maybe some excuse, but we didn't hear about it at all. But it was nice that the media, they talk about this event. And as I mentioned, only in Free Press, 7,000 people, they shared this article. And now how many more thousand they read it, and how many more people heard in the world. We got emails from other states that, thank you for saying it, like they never heard it so far. Well, if we say it in the masjid, they don't hear it. It's our duty to outreach and go out and tell everyone that we as Muslims, we are victims of ISIS. Don't blame us. Don't blame our religion for ISIS. Don't turn the fight against irhab, against terrorism, as a fight against the Muslim community here. Then we are stopped at the airport. We are, accused in the court. We are harassed and intimidated because our criminals are doing it. Only one American, this poor journalist, Jim Forney, was shown that he was slaughtered. And the whole nation was mobilized. Didn't you feel that like another 9/11 happened in the United States? So what happened about thousands and thousands of other James and Johns and Ja'far and Hassan and Hussein and Muhammad and thousands of them? They were killed the same way that this American journalist was killed. Well, the nation should show the same sensitivity because we are all human beings. There is no difference between them. And this is something that the media and American people, they need to know that what is the position of Muslim community. We are on the same fight against the fitna to takfir, that we have to pay the price in different times. We go to Hajj, the pilgrims in Mina. You remember last year, a caravan from our community was harassed in Mina, and one of the Hujjaj was choked, and they were about to kill him, and they insulted the woman and used filthy language. So we suffer over there, and then we come back home at the airport in Detroit or New York or DC, we are stopped again, looks like we are guilty. We pay the price over there and we pay the price again here. So we are the real oppressed and the real suffering. And then shamefully we have to ask the Secretary of State, John Kerry, that well, we want to go to Hajj again this year, and please protect our pilgrims in Mecca. So isn't it like amazing thing that the Muslim Hujjaj are going to Hajj, and now we have to write to Secretary of State to provide security for the Hujjaj when they are doing their pilgrimage. You can see really the depth of this fire, that we are, the entire Ummah, in a so dark tunnel that we need to find a solution for this. And we need to start from more education and more awareness locally. And of course, deal with this conspiracy that is Islamophobia and takfir is a politics. We know that part of it is out of our control. So for those who are planning to go to Hajj this year, we wish them a very safe journey. At the same time, they have to be careful. We have an orientation 2 hours, because sometimes people want to go to Hajj and they think they have to memorize like 500 masail of manasik. Not necessary. When you go with the caravan and you have an imam in the caravan, they are taking care of so many details, and no matter how much you learn and memorize things here, when you go there, it doesn't help you that much. You still are so nervous when you are in Ihram and Masjid al-Haram and in different positions that you need a guide over there. And with caravans, usually they have a guide. But if you sit down just a couple of hours, 2 hours, a total orientation, that's what we do at the House of Wisdom, providing the general idea and the stages of the Hajj and the material to read, and also some of the things regarding the security issues, that how to deal with the shurta and how to deal with general public when we are performing the Hajj. One of the issues that people ask before going to Hajj is the homes issue. And you know, sometimes individuals, everybody think, oh, I'm like a special connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He gave me permission, like nobody else has permission. Only if you give it to me, you go to heaven, but nobody else is authorized, and I'm the only halal one, everybody is haram, and so on and so forth. I think that dealing with, first of all, we have to support al-hawzat al-ilmiya. I mean, all of the tullab, including myself, we used to get shahriya. I mean, if it was not for Maraji and their support, the tullab, they cannot survive. So part of the khum should support al-huzat al-ilmiya, but part of the khum should protect our centers. I mean, how can we deal with this fight of Islamophobia if we are not supported? It is very, very important. Many times in the board or gathering, the consultation that we have so many great ideas that we can do this, we can do that. But if you don't have budget, nothing is going to be accomplished that just free. So part of the forms, and this is why it's better, the best thing dealing with the forms is that not individual in the name of Sheikh Elahi or whatever. Deal with organization, and the homes should go in the project organization that even 10 years from now, when you issue a check of your homes and you give it to the masjid, and even 10 years from now you come, still you can verify that what happened and how this organization handled the budget and how this money was spent. Always there is a way of check and balance. There is something is going on now in this weekend in Detroit, the ISNA convention that is very important. So many great scholars and ulama and leaders are going to address. It's a very educational. You can still register online and participate. The convention starts from today. I'm going to be part of a panel about the Shia Sunni controversy and this takfiri fitna in the world, and that is going to be inshallah on Sunday around 11:30 in Kuba Hall. If you are in the conference, then you can ask for that session of Shia Sunni and this sectarian conflict that is going on over there, and how we as Muslims in America should deal with this issue. You can come to that panel. One of the key speakers in this convention is Jimmy Carter, and we know his position about the apartheid and Israel. I hope that he mentions about situation in Gaza, because now after 50 days the war is over and everybody relax. Now the war is over. War is over, but 14,000 people were either killed or wounded. 14,000. And thousands of houses and hospitals and schools and institutions destroyed. Now they are happy that, well, Israel is going to give some opening, that now is a new business for them to sell all of this material and start all over again and make business again for the oppressors. So it's a very bad situation, and I hope that Jimmy Carter, who wrote books about this and consider Israel as an apartheid regime, to mention this situation that happened in Gaza. As I said it on Monday, that as we as Muslim community gather and condemn the Islamic State, that from now on anybody who mention Islam, people are scared. After Islamic State, now it's Islamic State, everybody think about slaughtering house, that people are beheading day and night. And this is really the shaitan is operating. And I said that we want the Jewish community to come and to condemn what was done in the name of Jewish state. So we hope that we can hear about this issue also in the convention of Islam. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wal asr inna al-insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihat wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr wa ila as-salati inna as-salata tanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar. Wassalamu alaykum.